Well, I haven't done a monster musings in a while. Some stuff I was updating for other systems, and I'm getting ready to go out, so I got my goofy ass hat on. Traveling hat, my wandering hat. But anyway, guys are getting ready to go up against a bunch of bandits, and they're bigger scrubs usually than like using kobolds and goblins, but it should be more common. Let's face it, in lawless areas and people are in luck, you're going to have dudes out there just shaking people down. I think they're underused and they're improperly used because you're fighting other humans, former fighting men, villagers, or just, ruffians or whatever. But they're led by fighters, which means they're going to have some grasp of tactics. And if they have a wizard in charge, then they will be taught how to deal with other wizards. I don't think I've ever run bandits being led by a cleric top, to be honest. Might be an overlook for myself, but just never done it. Take it back. My half-orcs always end up being fighter clerics or fighter assassins, so there's been fighter clerics of Groomish quite often. But they should attack from ambush unless your party has elves or ranger tops. And in the outdoor setting, you're probably going to get ambushed. And I've already gone over how I do ambush, roll for surprise, and roll for initiative. And that can just wipe you out, especially there's a lot of arrows involved. So you should be on your toes. If you're in an area where you know where there's going to be brigands and bandits, you should be on your toes. More so than normally. And also, they're in it for the money, so they're not going to usually fight to the death. They're going to run away, and that's a blessing, sort of, because if you're using morale checks, they're probably going to break and run. And once they run, if you have a ranger top or some sort, you're going to track them back to their lair, and that's where the loot will be. That's where the kidnapped princess will be. That's where the merchant's daughter will be. That's where their loot will be, or maybe there's none there because the guy in charge knows he's around a bunch of douchebags in for the money. So he keeps a treasure chest, or it's locked and he's got the key. So expect traps, or he just has a map. He doesn't keep it on him at all. Because maybe they're not literate enough to read the map to get to where the treasure is. So I think they're underutilized, and they have the most gear, most loot for low-level parties because they're going to have armor and arms and extra shields. And if you're lucky, they're going to have animals. They're going to have horses and stuff that you're blowing your early gold on are going to be instantly falling in your lap. Now, granted, they probably got it through illicit means, but now to the victor goes the spoils. Unless you were sent there to reclaim those items, they're yours now. Now, there is always a chance that if you're taking stuff that's been stolen, you could be confused for the bandits and then find yourself on the other end of another adventuring band, or the road guards, the men-at-arms at the gatekeep. You weren't honest and forthright about where you got this stuff, and they're like, "You're bandits." No, we're not. Well, I said you're a bandit, so you're a bandit now. I'm gonna get me a bonus. Crooked gate guards exist. Corrupt city officials exist. Maybe they were in on it and were feeding the bandits information when the people were leaving who had the best guards, who didn't have the guards. Getting a cut. Now you just cut off their sugar money daddy. The sugar. Their extra revenue stream. Anyway, brigands and bandits should be a threat from anywhere from 1st to 10th level. Because when they get to name level, if they got a name level guy, he's as powerful as the lord or whatever in the area. And maybe they have enough men that they're becoming a major problem. Rip one from The Walking Dead. It's Negan, and he's got multiple bandit strongholds under his thumb, and they're all working for him, right? So you got a bunch of lower level ones and a big high level dude who's coordinated all. Maybe they're in league with a corrupt or very unscrupulous merchant who's eliminating his competition and reaping the rewards as everyone else is getting hosed. So you get a little bit of that intrigue. Don't make that stuff too easy though. Don't have them kill the bandits, and then there's all the clues, or all the evidence right there in one convenient spot. Be a little tricky. I mean, they are bandits. And if they have a lot of thieves in the group and they're in their thing, maybe they're going to prefer to waylay you or ambush you and shoot you in the back for that backstab damage. A couple first level thieves firing from short range with a bow or sneaking up on your party as you're going through a dark wood can really just end whoever's in the rear of the party. It's just it. You're done. Plus 40 hit. Here comes the double damage, and if you pay attention, thieves can use most any kind of weapon. Dude wouldn't get backstabbed by a polearm. Rules is written, it's possible. You just got gigged. He's laying in wait in the mud, and you walk past, he steps up and spit him to the scrotum. Sorry about your problems. Terrible way to go, Ivanhoe. But my guys are getting ready to go fight some bandits, and I've fleshed it out a little extra because it's what I do, and nothing major. But at the end, they may be super happy, and maybe I'll be able to bump a few of these lower level guys up into the second level, having position to go to third fairly quickly, so they can get into the deeper dungeons or more severe threats. Because I got some pretty interesting stuff set up for them in this region. And, bandits should be way scarier than what people make them out to be. When those arrows start flying, if the bandit group is over 24, it's 24 bodies just flinging arrows at you, any wizard should die if he doesn't have magical protections on him, you know. It's like, but the more people who are trying to hide in the bush, the more chances that you're able to spot them. Right? I usually go 1 in 6 if the group number is 12 or less, and then if it's higher than that, for each dozen try to hide, I add that extra die on there. So 2 in 6 to notice 24 or less, and then 3 in 6, 50% chance for pretty much anybody to just notice it. You're like, oh wait a minute, there's like 50 guys out here in this field. I mean, I didn't see these other 6 guys, but that guy there, he's got dandelions on his hat, and he keeps moving his head, and it's moving. It's moving against the breeze, you know, whatever. However you got to explain it. Think quick on your feet, people. And, but yeah, brigands. Misused, I believe. I think they're not used properly. Thought I'd throw that out there. Hope everybody's getting gaming in. My last couple weeks have been kind of rocky. A lot of no-shows and a lot of bad weather, and I got another wave of bad weather rolling in. But it is what it is. Brigands. Bandits. I interchange those words, but, you know. Robbers. Highwaymen. We got something with, and it's a little tweak I recommend. Just change what you call them every so on, so it doesn't get repetitive for your players. Oh, more bandits. Well, these are brigands. What's the difference? Oh, you don't know? Make them think about it. You know, keep them occupied. Later, y'all.